name's Tim Kuyava. I'm a first degree black belt in the Hulu Do system. Today we're going to go over the gold belt requirement sheet, also known as the GoQ information sheet. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the sheet completely as it's written so that you can follow along with your own sheet and keep track of where you're at. Okay, first is the name of the style, Hulu Do, which is the Japanese way of saying Way of the Fighting Dragons, and the Chinese way of saying it is Wulong Dao, which means the same thing. Next is Sensei. That's a term that denotes wisdom. It's never used to address yourself. You'll never hear one of us calling ourselves Sensei. We use it to address a senior instructor or a person that we feel has great wisdom. Kyosei, a student teacher, a person given the responsibility of leading classes but has not yet been awarded a teaching certificate. A person who is not yet a head instructor may be awarded to an outstanding student below Shodan, but rarely. This is also a requirement. You have to achieve Kyosei in order to become a black belt. Next, Dojo, which is a training hall for the martial arts. And that doesn't have to be a special building. It just might happen to be wherever we're training. Kyotsuke means pay attention or come to attention. Hajime means begin. Hai means yes. Iie means no. Mate means wait. Yame, stop. Domo arigato means thank you very much. Rei is a deep bow of respect. A ritsure is a standing bow. Lung is the Chinese word for dragon. Liu is the Japanese word for dragon. Kiai is a union or harmony of energy, a loud fighting shout. Gi is the uniform, the martial arts uniform. Obi is the belt. The obi masubi is the knot of the belt. Uchi means to strike or a strike. Tsuki or zuki is a thrust. Tsuki is thrusts in general. Zuki means a certain specific thrust. Uke, a block, the receiver of a technique or to receive a technique. Tori or dori, person who applies a technique or the person who grabs or a grab. Okay. Tori, the in general term. Dori means a certain specific person. Tachi or dachi, stance. Tachi again means stances in general. Dachi means a certain stance. Carry and gary, a kick. Carry is kicks in general. Gary is a certain specific kick. Tobi, a jump or to jump or jumping. Kata, it's your form. It's a series of techniques designed to teach the system. Dojo-kun is the dojo etiquette for an individual studying the martial arts, founded by Sakagawa Tode. And the first concept of that is seeking perfection of character. Second, be faithful. Third is work hard. Fourth, respect others. 5, refrain from violence. Now your instructor, whoever your instructor is, will be going over those with you to help you understand what that means in our style of martial arts. And that's page 1. Okay, as you'll notice, or as you did notice, the languages are different, the pronunciations are different. There's a little help on that. When you see a U, it's like 2 O's together, like ooh, like that. And when you see the E, it's always eh. And the I is a long E sound, like E, like that. A's are ah. And the rest of it is pretty self-explanatory, but those are the tough ones. Okay, we're going to move along to the next page, hopefully. Okay, now we're moving into stances, and as I go through these, I'll go nice and slow, and I'll say the name at the same time. Feet together like this, toes and heels are together, hands at the sides, Eisoku Dachi. Next is Masubudachi. The toes are apart, the feet about a 45-degree angle from each other, the feet. Next is Heikodachi. Feet are shoulder width apart, knees are slightly bent, the hands out in front. Next is Kibadachi. Both knees are bent, feet are pointed straight forward, shoulders are above the hips, and you're looking straight forward right now. And this is the horse riding stance. I'll do it sideways. Again, you're nice and straight, shoulders above the hips, You don't want to lean forward or backwards at all. Nice and straight. Okay? That's Kibadachi. Next is Nekoashi Dachi, which is a cat stance. It's a deep front stance with most of your weight on the rear leg. Front foot is very light, ready to kick or move. That's like this. You're bent real deep on that back leg. The front foot is on the ball of the foot on the floor, hands are up, discipline guard, and this foot is nice and light on the floor without affecting your other leg. It's nice and light to help you balance, and ready to kick or move back or move to the side, whatever's needed. Next is the Zenkutsu Dachi, forward leaning, a front fighting stance with the front leg bent and the toes turned in, and with the back leg straight but not locked out, and the rear heel points straight forward. That's with my left foot is in front. That means it's a left Zenkutsu. I have my right foot pointed straight forward. The front foot, or my left foot, is slightly angled in. Now to check this, to make sure I'm doing it right, I kneel down, my knee comes in line with my toes and my other foot, and my arm fits in there from the fist to the elbow, fits right in between. Okay, that's how I check if I have the right width and the right depth. Okay, that's Zenkutsu Dachi. Next is the knee Zenkutsu Dachi, or the number 2 Zenkutsu, longer, deeper Zenkutsu Dachi. What that is the back foot is way behind you. I'll do it sideways. The back foot is way behind, flat on the floor, slightly angled. The leg, this part of your leg is pretty close to parallel to the floor, the knee out above the ball of the foot, and you're facing forward. Okay, nice and deep, nice and solid. That's knee Zenkutsu. Next is Kokutsu Dachi. It's a rearward leaning stance. Weight is primarily on the back leg. That comes from the Zenkutsu. We shift all the weight onto the back leg, a little bit of weight on the front leg. We're moving the target. We're moving backwards and to the side to move the target. It's a transitional stance. We don't stay there very long. Kokutsu Dachi. Next is Tsurudachi, crane stance. All of the weight is on one leg with the other heel held at waist height or higher. Other knee, sorry, not heel. Okay? Knee is up high, waist or higher. Foot is pointed down to protect the other leg. Your hands are in discipline guard. Okay, this gives you the wall of bone. Okay? If my left leg is in the air, that means it's a left Tsurudachi. Okay? All right. Now we're moving on to more terminology. The word ukemi means basic break, fall, and rolling techniques. The art of falling, also a defensive posture. Okay. Now we're going to blocks. We have Gedan Uke. My hands are in discipline guard. To make a Gedan, I'll start in a Zenkutsu Dachi. I bring my front arm, whichever arm's doing the block, I bring it over so the elbow points at the foot, the other foot. Straighten my arm and pull it across. The elbow comes over, points down to the other foot, straighten my arm and pull it across. It's Gedan Uke. Okay? Next, Chudan Uke. That's, well, pardon me, Gedan means lower level, so Chudan Uke means middle level. Okay? Arm comes across, fist is up, back of the fist is facing out as it pulls across. Again, your hand comes down across, right above your belt, up and across. So you're blocking the outside edge of your forearm there, pulling it across. Chudan Uke. Chudan Uke. Okay? Next is Jodan Uke. Hands are in discipline guard, comes up, about even with your eyebrows, and then you snap your elbow up. This time your thumb is on the bottom, your pinky is on top, so your fist is upside down. Jodan, up like this. And you snap it each time. And you want to breathe out as you're blocking. Helps to focus the energy into the block. Next is Juji Uke. Okay? Hands are discipline guard, hands crossed, and they spear out. Technical translation is cross arm block, any level or direction. Right now we're just going to do it up here from discipline guard. It shoots out. Since I've got my left leg in front, I'm starting with my left hand in front, okay? But you can alternate it for practice. And you don't want to go up high enough to block your vision. You want to stay so you can see between your hands, okay? That's Juji Uke. Next is a Shao block, okay? My hands start from here, discipline guard. My left hand goes to by the right shoulder, my right hand goes out to the side. Right hand slices in front, left hand chops out. Okay, again. Right hand, left hand. Right hand, left hand. Right hand, left hand. And then the other way, left, right. Left, right. Left, right. So the fingers of both hands are in the center line of your body. So these fingers are in line with your belt, the knot on your belt, and these fingers are in line with your nose. Okay? From the side, that's Shao block. Okay? Next is Lung Shao. It's a dragon hand block. The dragon raises paw. Hands are in discipline guard. Hand comes back here, across center and back to center. Cross center and back to center. That's Lung Shao. Okay. Next is Lung Ge Shao. That's, translation is dragon hand block downward or to the lower level. Remember the gate on? Well, this is with the hand open. Lung Ge Shao. Lung Ge Shao. Same thing. Your elbow comes across, points at the opposite foot. Your arm straightens, and you pull it across with your body. Okay? All these blocks, the Chudan, the Jodan, everything stays in. And the gate on, everything stays in the same width as your shoulders, basically. Okay? You don't want to be swinging any block outside that. You want to stay inside your shoulders. If you go out too far, you're creating a dangerous moment for yourself in a fight situation. Okay, next we have Hak Sao. From discipline guard, that's a slapping block. Okay? You're reaching out with it a little bit so that you're slapping your opponent by the elbow. Up by the elbow on his arm when he's jabbing or whatever. Slap and come right back to guard. You don't push and stay there, you slap it. And it comes right back to guard position. That's Pak Sao. Next we have Lop Sao. Instead of slapping, I'm going to hook it. I don't use my thumb to grab it. I got a cupped hand and I hook his strike and I pull it in and I bring my elbow down towards my body. I don't want to bring it out like this. It comes down like that. Lop Sao, pulling hand. Next we have the phrase Kabe no Hone. Means wall of bone. Any positioning of the body so that as not to expose any soft targets to your opponent. Generally a quick cover or shield of bone. Now we talked about in stances, we said Tsurudachi was the crane stance. That's also a wall of bone. Okay? A wall of bone could be anything that presents just bone for the opponent to hit. Okay? Whether it's your elbow, your forearms, and your knees, or whatever it is in that situation, and we don't stay there long. Okay, next term is Shime Waza, strangling or choking techniques. And then we have Juji Jime. Okay, the Juji block was this. We turn it for Juji Jime, we turn it into a choke. And your instructor will teach you that as part of your kata and part of your self-defense. All right. We have Lung Quan, Dragon Fist or Fist of the Dragon, first kata taught to students as they progress toward Gokyu. Okay? And we'll go over that in a minute. There's some other things on here. A kick and strike combination. And we'll go over that. It's Urkin Uchi, Tobi Sakuto Geri. Okay? And then jab and reverse punch, fighting techniques that we will go over. We'll go over those after we go over the strikes themselves. Okay, first we have Seiken Zuki. So that's a excuse me. That's a thrusting strike with the front of the fist. The first two knuckles. It's not like the boxer's jab. It's a good solid thrust. Okay, that's Seiken Zuki. Seiken Uchi is like the jab. Pow, and it comes back. Okay, it goes shooting out and it comes back. The thrust would stay there. It would go through instead of snapping back, okay? Okay, we have Shuto Uchi next, striking with the knife edge of the hand. So you bring your hand up like a salute position, you drive your elbow to the center, and you snap your hand across, striking with this part of your hand. Just like that. Drive the elbow, and it snaps the hand. Drive the elbow. Okay? Striking with the knife edge of the hand, this blade edge down here. Snap that elbow, and let it snap the hand. Okay? That's Shuto Uchi. Next we have Shotai, striking with the heel of your palm. 3/4 range strike again. Right straight forward. Okay, from the side, like that. Don't extend this far. Okay, your fingers are pulled back, striking with the heel of your palm. Next we have Nikite Uchi. Hands are pointed. Stabs in like this to the solar plexus. Fingers are nice and straight, or it could be like this to the throat. Okay. Again, we don't extend. It's 3/4 range to the throat, to the solar plexus. Okay. Nikite. Fingers are nice and solid together. Thumb is pulled in. Next, Hiraken Uchi. We're taking our fingers and we're flattening them out. Okay, the translation for that is flat fist strike or leopard paw. Okay, fingers are nice and flat, pulled in, knuckles are straight across here, and you're striking with this. You can strike it this way or this way. Goes to a soft target. Thumb is tucked in, fingers are nice and tucked and straight so they're solid. Snaps out. It can be a strike or a thrust. That's Hiraken Uchi. Next is Uriken Uchi, which is a strike with the back of your knuckles here. Okay, technically it's a back fist strike, but don't hit with the back of your fist, you're hitting with the back of the knuckles. You point your elbow at your target, snaps it out. Snap it out. Don't swing it through like this. Point your elbow, snap that fist. Boom, okay? Point the elbow, snap the fist. Uriken Uchi. That's what that is. Next we have Tsuen. T-S-U-E-N. Tsuen. It's a punch or a strike with a fist in a vertical position. Now, this time we're striking with these 3 knuckles down here. Okay? And the strike comes out from discipline guard. I'll stand sideways for this one. Like this. And that's it. Okay? Your fist doesn't go up or down. It goes straight in, and then your wrist straightens as it strikes the target, which would be the head, okay? Snaps out and straightens. Make sure you're not getting an upward, but a straight in. And this is a short range strike also. Okay, next we have Yushiro Empi. All right? That's an elbow strike, Yushiro Empi. Yushiro means to the rear. Empi means striking with the elbow. So from discipline guard, I turn my fist so the back of my fist is facing the floor, and I pull it back, and my forearm is parallel to the floor, and my fist is even with my hip. Okay? Yushiro Empi. All right. And next we're going to go into kicks. Okay, we're going to start with the kicks. First kick is Kensetsu Geri. It's a kick against the joint to dislocate it, typically the knee. So as we're facing the other person, the front foot comes up, and you snap it out, and that's your kick. Okay, I held it there so you can see where it was going, but normally it would go and come back, all right? So what you're doing is picking your leg up in center, and you're stepping it out sideways to where their knee is. Okay, from the side, that looks like this. A little bit slower. Okay, knee height. Up and back. All right? Kensetsu Geri. Kin-geri is a kick to the groin. Pick your knee up. It points at the target. You're kicking with the top of your foot here. And just straighten your leg. Simple. Just like that. Simple. Next kick. Megari Kikomi. Front kick outward or straight through its target. That comes up and it's kicked to the solar plexus area. Comes up and then it goes straight into the target. Comes up and out. Up and out. Okay? Straight towards the target. Okay? Comes up and it stabs in. Stabs into the target. Okay? That's the Megiri Kokomi. Megiri Kyage is a front kick upward, usually to the chin, right? And we'll do that from the side. You bring your knee up as high as you can, and the foot drives straight upward. You snap it up. Okay? Okay? Like that. Next we have Mawashi. Okay? I'll start in a Kibidachi, facing the camera. I bring my knee up, I point it at the target, and I straighten my leg. Okay? Ground is rough here. Point the knee, snap the foot. Okay? Now, as I come up, my bottom foot, the heel points towards the target. It points straight towards the camera. Okay? Snap. All right? Snap it out. Snap it out. Okay? Again, you're kicking with the top part of the foot on that one. Next, we have Sakuto Geri, side kick with the sword edge or blade of the foot. Okay? Again, facing the target. Knee comes up in front of you this time. Extend your leg out so that the heel is going straight towards the target the whole way. All right? You're thinking of straightening your leg. You push your heel into the target, okay? Okay? Again, make sure that knee comes out in front of you this time. The Mawashi was back here. Sakuto was out here, okay? That's Sakuto. Next we have Kakato Geri, side kick with the heel. Now this time, instead of driving the whole blade edge like Sakuto, we're just driving the heel. The toes are pulled back more, just driving the heel. Okay? Now, a few more terms. Ohayo gozaimasu. Okay? Ohayo gozaimasu means good morning. Konnichiwa means good afternoon. Konbanwa means good evening. Sayonara means goodbye. Sumimasen means excuse me. All right. Next, we'll go into the fighting combinations and then the kata. All right, now we're going to go over the combinations. We have Urakenuchi, which is a back fist strike. Okay. Then we have Tobi Sakuto Geri. Those two combinations, those two things are put together as a combination. Urakenuchi again is the back fist strike. Tobi Sakuto Geri is a jumping side kick. All right. So I'll do it sideways. Starting the Kibidachi, I throw the back fist and the jumping side kick. All right. Back fist, or the jump in slow motion. Boom. Jumping side kick. Okay. All right. Now, again, this way it will be back fist, jump and kick. Jump and kick. All right. That's Urakenuchi Tobi Sakuto Geri. The next combination is the jab reverse. Sounds simple, it is. We start in a Zenkutsu Dachi, and you jab with the front hand, you drop down, punch straight out from the shoulder to the stomach or solar plexus. So, side view, jab, straight out, hand comes back for defense, punch straight out to the stomach. Okay, jab, reverse. Jab, reverse. Okay. Snap. First one snaps. Second one is the thrust. Boom, boom. Okay. This is your one to get the hands to come up so that you can vary the reverse. Jab, reverse. Good. Okay. Next, we have our kata. The name of the kata is Lung Quan. Means dragon fist or fist of the dragon. And what the kata is a bunch of the strikes and kicks and blocks put together, designed to teach the system. Okay. All right, we'll start with that. All right, now we're going to do the kata Lung Quan. Start with our feet together, the Heisokudachi. We bow, which is a rei. We scoop the hands. The left hand is on the bottom, right hand comes up. You bring them up to the center of your chest, out in front. Right hand is a fist, left hand is straight. Draw them back towards your right shoulder, and you make a circle. As you're making this circle, you breathe in. You get to in front of your chin, and you push out, back to where you started. From there, look over your right shoulder, step back into a left Zenkutsu Dachi, throwing Yushiro empty with the right hand, and a Gedan Uke with the left. Tsurudachi, throwing a Meigari and a Uruken. Kibidachi, start your Lung Shao, stepping into a right Zenkutsu. Now in a right Zenkutsu Dachi with a Lung Shao block finished, we step through to a left Zenkutsu Dachi, throwing a left Nikite and a right Pak Sao. We throw left Lunge Shao, right Lunge Shao, Juji, Juji Jiame, pull in, push that person away, step back, up, right Lunge Shao, left open hand Jodan, step down, you're in the left Zenkutsu Dachi, right Gedan, left Gedan, right Seiken, left Seiken, left Seiken, grab, right leg, Kiage, to where your hands are holding the person, pull them in, you're in a Tsurudachi, push, throw them behind you, Kiage, Shao, step through Shao, Shao, Lung Shao, Suin, Suin, Tsurudachi, down, double Seiken, step back. We're now in a Kokutsu. Turn and look. Left hand Lung Shao, left Zenkutsu, right, or left Kokutsu, Juji, Shao, Lap Sao with the right hand, Nikite with the left, hook behind the neck, Tsuin, step, step. Make your circle again. And that's it pretty much. I'm going to go through it again a little faster without stopping, and hopefully you'll get enough out of your classes too to help you along with that by the time you get the tape. All right, here it goes. Lung Quan. And there you have Lung Quan. And that about sums it up, except for one final statement that Sensei Olson puts on the last page. It's here somewhere. The statement is, regular attendance is crucial to the complete development of the martial artist. Okay, so good luck.